A very good IB to Shafiq, and today me and my teammate will present our answer to problem scenario that have given by Shafiq. But first of all, I will introduce myself and my teammate. Hi, we are from class DPM1A and we from group number 4. My name is Muhammad Zomri bin ZAMIZI and my registration number is 20 DPM20F 2004. Next is Winnie lagi anak Timba 20 DPM20F 2038. Then Agnes Adrina anak BENY 20 DPM 20F 2053. And the last member of the group is JACINTHIA 10 anak Johnny 20 DPM 20F 2035. Next, I will give to Agnes to start the presentation.
Next slide. Thank you, HASROL. My question number one is, the answer is, issue number one is about the occurrence of newly hired employees departing their job after only a few months at the firm has posed a significant difficulty for the company operation. The company production suffers and the quality of its product suffers as a result of the numerous consumer complaints. A massive portion of business resources have been assigned to the department simply for the purpose of recruiting and training new employees in order to address the stated staff turnover problem. As a manager in Human Resource Department at Syarikat Cosmetic Check B, my strategies to retain employees to work longer at the company is create a culture of open communication. A lack of communication is a major reason why employees don't want to work for companies where their voice is ignored or misunderstood. Employees are more likely to leave their job when there are communication gap between them and manager. That's why managers should be committed to have open, transparent, and respectful communication with their subordinates. By that way, employees are not afraid to speak out and share their ideas. Besides that, strategy that can help an organization retain its employee is offer a reward package that is truly beneficial. Employees can be motivated to work harder and stay with the organization if they are given financial and non-monetary rewards. Salary, employee stock, option, bonuses, and allowance are examples of financial rewards. Non-monetary rewards include health insurance, study loans, housing, childcare, travel subsidies, a car, flexible working hours, and golf club memberships. Give some appreciation word on employee of their handworking, as well as give some monetary rewards, bonuses, and gifts to make them that more significant. Employees will be more motivated to work if commission and bonuses are easily calculated on a daily basis. This will help to retain employees in this company. Next, I would like to Winnie Nagi to present.
Thank you, Agnes. Next, establish care, expectation, and policies. Employee could know exactly what is required from them and how they will be evaluated if the company establish clear expectation and policies. A company that provide how of quality management or supervision as well will make employees leave their company because in company have lack of feedback about their working performance in the company doesn't state what are their expectations toward to employees. Setting realistic expectation and clearly explaining required work and deadlines essential. Employees can avoid feeling rushed by planning their workload, tackling priority tasks, and raising any concern ahead of time. Lastly, make it a priority to have employees feel appreciated and valued. When employees feel valued, they're more likely to remain loyal to the organization even if it's not perfect. Increase job satisfaction can lead to improved performance and reduce turnover. Clearly, managers have an incentive to ensure employees feel valued and when they receive appropriate price due to their hard work. They feel engaged and care about the work they do for the company. If managers showing employees that they appreciate them, it can improve the employee engagement, retention, productivity, and more. Thank you.
Now, I will present about a second issue in this problem scenario. Second issue is about June is head of production at P&Q Malaysia, and P&Q Malaysia have seen a 50% of reduction in sales of the last 3 years, while production costs have climbed by 10%. The company is unaware of what caused it to this critical situation and what it should do to resolve the situation. As a business consultant, decision-making process that I think will solve this issue is step number 1, identify the problem. In order to tackle the issue, a manager must know and understand the problem before starting the decision-making process. Because when a problem needs to be fixed, the decision-making process will start. When a manager makes a decision, it is in response to a situation that requires their attention. So, before making a decision, they should consider exactly what is motivating their action and ensure they are seeing the big picture. Attempts to state the issue as objectively as possible. Manager must do a thorough investigation of the situation in order to discover the problem, define the problems, identify the objective of decisions, and identify the sources of the problem. Secondly is form an alternative. When all factors come into play, a manager must be innovative in coming up with solutions to a problems. The establishment of several alternatives allow manager to choose the best solution. The process of organizing alternative entails listing a suitable and suitable alternative. The process of organizing alternative can be done subjectively, objectively, or a combination of the two. Brainstorming is a common method to develop alternative because brainstorming is a process of group decisions that team member does not criticize idea during the idea generation stage because it inhibits thinking and the team member will promote and trigger usable idea from other members. For example, manager must ask his team members to collaborate by presenting all variable options for successfully resolving the problem. Manager must gather as much resource as possible to make the best decisions. Third step is analyze the alternative. A manager in charge of decision making must truly research their proposed options when compared to the criteria of chosen and ranks in stage 2 or 3. The weakness and strengths of each must become clear. It is important to collect all relevant information about the problems or question in order to make informed decisions. While some assessments may be close to being objective, it must be recognized that the vast majority of them are subjective because they are, by definition, value judgment. Next step is select the best alternative. Once all the options have been identified and put forward, and after a manager is in charge of making the decisions, have assessed them using the hierarchy of criteria established. After a manager has analyzed all alternatives, he must decide on the best one. The best solution is the one with the most benefit and the fewest serious negative consequences. Manager must determine or select the best solution to the company problems after producing the alternative through discussions. Each alternative should evaluate methodically using six criteria: feasibility, quality, acceptability, cost reversibility, and ethics. A manager must ensure that the solution have chosen is effective in order to solve the company problems and maximize the company long-term return. Last but not least is the decision-making process is implements the decisions and perform the evaluation. A manager must also ensure that alternative chosen is carried out in order for the alternative to be effective and successful if it can be translated into action and solve the company problems. Once a decision is made, a management needs to monitor the consequence of that decisions to determine if it is was the correct decisions and a solution to the company problems. A manager must collect all the information to determine whether the solution will be effective in resolving the problem that occurred. For instance, a manager must continue to monitor the process and evaluation system must provide information on how well the decision is being implemented and what is the result are and what adjustments are required to achieve the result that were desired when the solution was chosen. Now I will pass it to Muhammad HASROL to continue this presentation.
Thank you, Cynthia. Now is the comparison. The comparison between two group decision-making technique, which is a nominal group technique and DPI technique that would suitable to solve the company's problem in nominal group technique is defined as a structured method for brainstorming, a session that encourages everyone to contribute and allow for quick agreement on the relative importance of issues, problem, or solution. Group members start by writing down their idea on and then voting on which they believe is the best. As everyone the team is ready, they each present their favorite idea, which would that be debated and prioritized by the team member using a point system. The nominal group technique combines individual group member importance rating to produce the group final weight prioritized. Nominal group technique collect idea and information in a small group for discussion in order to solve problems that arise in the workplace. Because everyone will present their various different idea and their presentation will be recorded. This technique can stretch the relationship and boost self-confidence. This method will produce result within a short of time. However, there will be disadvantages that will occur at the same time, such as the emergency of a new problem, possibly problem that could even previously be solved because the period of time is too short and they need to deal with the issue only one per at a time. Another disadvantage is the amount of the time required to prepare for the activity. The method does not allow for any improvisation. Facilities must be meticulously planned and organized. During in the voting process, opinion might not always converge. Idea cross-fertilization may be limited, and the process may appear too mechanical. Next is the pie technique. The pie technique is a systematic and qualitative testing method that pull team members through several rounds of questions. The pie method um, employs experts to forecast the outcome of future scenarios, predict the likelihood of a result, or reach agreement on a particular topic. Benefit of the pie technique fosters creativity, forcefulness, and balanced consideration of idea while reducing the risk of teamwork negatively affecting outcome. It also reduces the effects of noise in group communication process with the distort data and address interest of group or individual rather than focusing on solving problem. The DPI technique disadvantage is that it requires more time of success because it has many process and work in a very meticulous manner. This technique take a long time because member must first identify the source of the problem and then combine all the idea that can help solve the issues and occurring in the company. Once, once they have the result in decision, they will go through the same process repeatedly until the decision is reached. The pie also does produce a right or wrong answer, so there are possibly that the alternative that has chosen will fail and will not solve the problem. It is because DPI is based on opinion, consensus, and does not empty that it is the correct answer. That's, thank you for listening and give attention for our presentation. That's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.